Hey, this is Walter Jones.
This is Austin St. John.
And you're listening to Ranger Danger.
In the podcasting life, they must fight to survive. Shackled by the chains of the past. They're the biggest of geeks, cause they watch every week. Subscribe to see if they can last. Go, go, Ranger Danger. We can't ever stop. Go, go, Ranger Danger. Podcast till we drop, probably forever. Yeah, whatever. Ranger Danger, Ranger Danger, Ranger Danger, Ranger Danger, Ranger Danger Dino Charge.
Welcome to Ranger Danger Dino Charge. Is that's this one, isn't it?
That is this one, Matt.
That's this one. This is the podcast where we watch and subsequently talk about episodes of Thunderbirds Are Go.
No.
Can it be, though?
No, every time you say something like that, I feel I need to remind you that everything about this podcast was your decision.
Yeah. I'm not saying we do another podcast about Thunderbirds. I'm saying we just do a podcast about Thunderbirds.
No, we're like 10 episodes into Dino Charge. And
I understand what you're saying.
Like 100 episodes.
Thunderbirds Are Go is really cool. That's the counter-argument.
Are they go?
Well, they're so go, Michael. They go and then they just don't stop going.
That's how do they get out?
Well, they just like go back around.
Right.
Like a circle.
Right. So this is episode 10 of Dino Charge?
Yeah, we're going to be watching the Royal Rangers.
Yeah, I've got to say, after the time we've had trying to get this Skype call set up, this had better be a good one.
Yeah, I'm tired already. It's been about an hour and a half of fucking around with technology, so... Now, Michael, the Royal Rangers...
Yep.
Is it monarchy, or is it like a grammatical term? Is the Royal Rangers the term for like when you capitalise rangers?
Right, like the Royal We.
Yeah. It's not like, oh, I mean a park ranger. It's the Royal Rangers. Using a capital R, the Power Rangers.
Right. Can I say that I suspect it's got something to do with monarchy?
Okay.
Based on... Because this episode has obviously already aired in about 60 countries.
Yep.
So, based on the little bits that I've seen, I believe some royalty is involved.
Well, I'm disappointed, but that's fine.
Yeah. Look, Matt, I suspect in 790 episodes of this show, there's not many that are just about grammar.
There should be. I mean, there's 790. Maybe we could have one or two about grammar. It's not a big ask.
We'll see.
Okay.
All right. I don't think there's much to talk about this week. Some casting sides for the new movie leaked.
Oh, which sides?
All of the main characters, apparently.
Okay. Which sides are they casting, though? Like, the left-hand side?
Oh, they're casting, like, the front side, mostly.
Okay.
The back side is, like, whatever. If it's good, it's good, but...
The backsides are good for teaser posters.
Wait, do you mean, like, people's reverses or people's backsides?
They're bottoms.
Right. Yep. I just wanted to clarify.
The butt joke.
It's a butt joke. Oh, boy.
It's been a long time setting this up.
Oh, Jesus. It better be a good episode. Okay, I think we might just call it off there.
Yeah, like the whole episode, end of podcast?
No. Yeah, that's it. That's the podcast is done. No, let's just watch episode 790, and I guess we'll be back in a sec.
Yeah, if you want to watch Dino Charge, you can do it too, so you can listen along as we talk about it.
Yeah.
See you soon, guys.
Bye.
Ranger Danger, Ranger Danger.
And we're back.
Mate, you know how before I said this would have to be a good one?
Yes.
This was a good one.
You think so?
Yeah. Did you not like this?
Look, I went... For the first half of the episode...
Right.
I was not a happy chappy.
Really?
Yeah. But it kind of turned around on me.
Oh, I loved this episode.
Okay. Well, I'm excited to find out why.
Okay. That was... You said that a little weirdly. Are you alright?
Someone put a question mark on the teleprompter.
Right. Got it. Makes sense. My first thought Why can I not buy, like, an Energem? Like a plasticky Energem with a shiny top and bottom.
Oh, I was going to say, because there's only 9 of them and keep it entrusted them to the dinosaurs.
There's 10, but that's fine. Yeah, it just seems like a weird thing for the show to have for them not to have made a toy of.
I think they just like, they don't do anything.
Yeah,
like
you can
like
get like all of the little Dino Charges.
Yeah.
In like 700 different variations.
Well, the thing is, look, I still don't properly understand the difference between an Energem and a Dino Charger.
An Energem is like a magical space rock.
Yeah.
A Dino Charger is like a science battery. And the gems charge the chargers.
Okay. It's so complex.
It is.
I mean, there's so many of the Charger who's the what's it.
Yes, that's true.
And just, the kids should get off my lawn and give me back morphers. That you just put the coins
Back when
in.
you just had one thing and you could turn into one dude and do one thing.
Back in my day, morphers were coin operated.
Yep, that's true. It's definitely become a thing in the past kind of, I want to say 5 or so years maybe, where every season has to have like a collectible gimmick that they can release 100 of.
Yeah, they stick too many who's like little whatsits in the hoo-has.
I don't know if the kids like the little whatsits.
Yeah.
I'm sure the kids buy the little whatsits.
Well, I'm sure that's the key factor,
Yes.
right? Is that you can sell lots of little who's or whatsits.
Yeah. So we've had like there were cards, there were
Yep.
keys,
Yep.
there were these ones.
The little discs that you put on your ninja sword.
Yep, that's what we're up to at the moment. Oh, I don't know if there's collectible trains. I don't know what happened there.
That would be awesome. Okay, so shall we activate Dino Drive mode and Dino Drive into this episode?
Yeah, let's do that. So they're preparing for the Treasures of Xandar exhibit.
Yeah, this is finally the Power Rangers Guide into the Galaxy crossover I've been waiting for.
That's not what this is, Matt.
Oh, fuck.
So can we actually talk about... This is, I think, actually really clever, right? So the Gold Ranger, his sword in the Japanese show is called Xandar Thunder. That's the name of his sword, right?
That's an awesome sword name.
And when he does, like, a cool attack with it,
Yep.
often the words Xandar Thunder will, like, appear on the screen.
Ah.
So rather than try and fake their way around that footage or not use any of that footage or re-CG it,
Yep.
they're clearly establishing that Xandar is a thing related to the Gold Ranger.
Yeah, that's clever. So they have a sort of European history.
Yeah, so when
that
when his fancy sword is now called Xandar Thunder, that's a cool European name for a sword instead of like a weird random thing.
Sure. It's so strange, though, because you see this footage of the night,
Yep,
and you're like, oh, well, clearly he's going to be the Gold Ranger.
yep,
But it's also obviously going to be Tyler's dad.
yep.
So I guess, like, what... Does Tyler's dad have a connection to Xandar? Or is it...
I guess we'll find out. We don't find out this week,
No, we don't.
but we may find out probably next week.
No.
All right, so Kendall is sleeping at her desk, and
Yep.
the reason she's sleeping at her desk is she spent the night creating a stronger battle mode.
Allegedly.
Well, yeah, it's stronger, Matt. You know how it's stronger?
Is it?
She says it's stronger. That's stronger.
It's stronger because they wear vests.
We don't... Yeah, there's no contextualization of, like, more firepower or better defense or faster or... It's just stronger.
That's why Han Solo was so cool. He had a vest.
It will, Matt, double their power, but they can only use it when they're in the Megazord.
Yeah, okay.
You hear that, Matt? Only when they're in the Megazord.
I got it.
The reason for that is that this is an entirely new American invention.
Yep.
So there's no existing footage, but it's really easy to shoot the 5 guys on the soundstage you already have set up.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Why?
Because now there's a new wave of toys.
Doesn't even look good. It's not a cool design.
It's fine. It's not
fine.
great.
It's terrible.
You only ever have to see it in the Megazord, Matt.
Alright.
So they've basically got, like, silver chest plates
Yeah.
holding oversized batteries.
Novelty-sized Dino Charges.
Yeah, it's pretty something.
It, Anyway,
Yeah.
back to Kendall Morgan Heartbreaker.
So Shelby needs to borrow Kendall. There's a new kid. He sketches stuff.
He's wearing a teal undershirt as well, I see.
He is, I would almost describe it, Matt, as aqua.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aqua in nature.
Yeah. But, I don't know, nothing happens with this kid this week.
No, but he does seem to be a better actor than most of the people on the show. So, it's a good time.
Looking forward to that. So, basically, Shelby wants Kendall to hire him.
Yeah.
Kendall, I think not unfairly, points out that although he can draw quite well, they're a dinosaur museum, and that's not one of the skills that they really select for.
Demonstrating Kendall's trademark lack of emotional intelligence, though.
Yep.
She responds to Shelby's proposition of putting his artwork up by looking at his art and being like, "Oh my god, these are great! These are amazing! Yeah, yeah, yeah!" But no, definitely not. Not ever. Not here.
Is that not how you're meant to do that?
I don't think so.
No?
No, it's not a good way to turn someone down.
Alright, so he leaves and will never be seen on this show ever again.
Yeah,
Other than, 10 minutes from now, and then probably a lot in the second season when he becomes a Power Ranger.
yeah, I mean, let's not talk down the significance of his appearance in this episode. He gets to meet the actual Prince and Princess of Xandar.
No, that's not what happens.
No, isn't it?
No. Please tell me
Doesn't-
that's what you thought happened.
Doesn't Glenn Close show up in this episode?
I don't understand what joke you're making.
Well, because Glenn Close is the head of NoCore, so presumably that makes her Princess of Xandar.
Jesus Christ, Matt. That's a stretch even for you.
It's late.
Alright, so the Stone of Xandar
Yes.
is a mythical... It's not mythical,
No, it's
because
real.
it's a
We see it.
real thing. It's just a historical artifact that they tell stories about.
Yeah.
So,
Now, everybody knows about the Stone of Xandar,
Mhm.
but no one knows what the current Prince and Princess of Xandar look like. It's important to know this for the story.
yeah, that's important. There may, in fact, not be a current Prince and Princess of Xandar.
I suspect not.
Xandar may have become like a democratic republic in the past 300 to 400 years.
Yeah.
So the story is, well, as much of the story as we get is once there was a dude called Ivan. He was looking after a little kid. They stopped. He found a stone.
Yeah, the little kid was the prince of the country. That's not a small detail.
Sure.
What is a small detail is that the prince asked for some water.
Yep.
And didn't say please.
Yep.
And we see this in the flashback, but we also know by the Pink Ranger's response, Shelby's response, that Riley told that part of the story
Yep.
when he was explaining it.
Yep.
Riley is bad at stories. The little prince asking for some water isn't the compelling part of that story.
I mean, it's an important part of that story, though, because that's the reason they stop and he goes to a stream.
I suppose so.
If I was telling
you're
that
right.
story, you can't skip the part where they stop it. I mean, okay, to be fair, I was telling that story and I did skip that part. But if I had written it, I would not have skipped that part.
Yeah.
My favourite part of this entire... So that's delivered in, wavy border flashback.
Yep.
But we also get shots of, Riley actually telling the story. There's just a black guy leaning on a truck in the background. Just, watching the kids. And he's in, a museum outfit. So clearly he's another employee. But he doesn't react at, what happens in a second, which is the Terrorzord showing up. And he doesn't react to the glowing crate that's just sitting over there.
It's a pretty everyday scenario, I think, around that place.
Yeah, certainly giant monsters attacking has happened at least 8 or 9 times recently.
Yeah, it's not worth getting off your crate for.
So basically, as we get up to the part where the knight reaches out to the stone, There's a horrible screeching noise.
Yep.
The Terrorzord is attacking the city.
Oh no, that's Terrorzordable.
Nope. You don't even get a pass because of how late it is.
Oh.
Nope.
Okay.
So, opening credits. I mentioned that because the opening credits gave me a thought this week. We don't see a lot of Keeper.
Yeah.
Like, he really gets one scene an episode.
I often forget about him, and then he shows up, and I'm like, oh, Keeper's a thing.
Yeah.
That's right.
And I wonder why that is. I wonder if, like, the puppet's difficult to deal with. Not in, like, he's a diva, in logistically.
The thing is, Kendall does so much of what Keeper would otherwise do.
Yes, absolutely.
And you don't need Keeper, I don't think.
No.
Like, Keeper could have died in that first episode.
Yeah.
And Kendall could have uncovered his secret recorder or whatever and continued on with his work, and you'd be set.
Which raises kind of the broader question of, like, why is he actually in the show at all?
Yeah.
Do they just think that the show needs, like, a weird alien to be their mentor? And so they're just writing their way around it by not having him appear in stuff?
I don't know. Like, he wouldn't even make for a good toy, you know?
Not particularly.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know. So it seems like a weird decision to have this character and really only use him for, like, 2 minutes a week. But, I don't know, maybe you'll get to do something cool at some point. I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah. So the Terrorzord is attacking the city.
Yep.
That's
Terrorzordable.
No, it doesn't work the second time.
Okay.
So it can become its own Megazord, like on its own,
Yeah, surprise.
that has a cape.
It's so cool.
It is so dumb, and I love it so much.
Plus, it's not a dumb CGI thing. It's like a...
No, he's
cool
got like a
dude
fabric cape.
Yeah, I love it so much.
Which makes, I'll be honest, it does remove some of that, like, immersion for me. Just because fabric at that scale, like, where does it come from? It doesn't react at the right speed. It doesn't make any sense, but it doesn't matter because the guy gets to have, like, a Phantom of the Opera cape.
Yeah, it's a cape,
Yeah.
dude. Like, if you're going to suspend your, like, belief for anything,
And
make it for a cape.
My other favourite dumb thing is, inside it, Fury's got his own little plinth with his own little logo behind him.
Yeah.
It's just... It's one of those things that is like, yeah, well, that's how we're saying that driving Megazords look in this show. So, of course Fury would have one. But it's so dumb, and I love it.
I know I've said this before, though. I hate not having controls. Like, Xbox Kinect controlling your Megazord is never going to be cool to me.
I mean, it's... I understand that. I think you probably don't have much of a choice these days.
Yeah.
Because it gives those actors a lot more room to kind of move and do stuff.
I'm not sure it's an improvement, though.
You don't think?
You know? Like, would Star Trek be better if the like the people on the bridge, instead of being at their consoles, were sort of, like, dancing around to make the ship move?
I mean, look, I'm not going to say that I wouldn't watch that.
But you'd also think it's dumb.
I might think it was dumb, yeah. But also, they're not controlling a giant humanoid spaceship. I would think that was dumb.
Yeah.
Or super cool. I don't know. It's hard to tell.
Yeah, it's late. I can't tell the difference between dumb and cool anymore.
No, that's just Power Rangers, Matt. So, Tyler summons Rexy, and Chase and Coda summon their Zords. They form a Megazord. There's a bit of a Megazord fight.
There is a Megazord.
They go into Dino Drive mode.
Does nothing.
Well, no, Matt, it made them stronger. If they hadn't,
2 times.
if they hadn't used it, they'd have been half as strong, and they'd have just lost.
Yeah.
It certainly would have helped if we'd have seen them losing before they used the mode.
Well, that's the thing. They turn the mode on and then proceed to lose for a little while.
Yep.
That's not exciting.
No, it's not. It's not really. They should be losing, use the mode, winning.
Yes.
Yes. Anyway, among the other dumb things the Pterazord has, he's got little, like, fold-out arm blades, much like Fury.
Yep.
Also, the pterodactyl's head on his chest opens up and makes a cannon.
Yep.
Dumb.
Cool.
I love it. It's great.
I really like that Zord.
Yeah.
It's cool. Yeah.
I think it
And
would be a
it's-
good toy.
I think it would be a good toy too. It's interesting. It'll be interesting to see how it interacts with the other Zords because it's so big on its own. I guess it's a Dragon Ball situation where you're not going to have the T-Rex and the Pterazord together, but it'll be able to add on the other Zords.
Yeah, I think one of the advantages of how it's set up this season is because the Megazord, like the regular Megazord, can only ever be 3 of them at a time.
It can take the other 2.
If there's the 6 of them, they can be 2, 3 Megazords.
Yeah.
And that's, a pretty reasonable setup.
Do you think the remaining 4 Rangers make a 3rd Megazord?
They certainly could do that. I'm imagining that at some point all of them become one giant Ultrazord.
Jesus.
And I imagine that just looks like a pile of dinosaur toys.
Yeah, a hot mess.
Yeah.
Like a kid got all these dinosaur toys out of the toy box and just like blue tacked them all
Yeah,
together.
some of them are like leaning on each other's shoulders at weird angles, and I don't know. I guess we'll see. I kind of am looking forward to seeing how insane they go with that setup.
Yeah. So with this like weird Connect controls thing,
Yep.
there's a point where they say to Coda, use your shield, and Coda's like, oh yeah, I have a shield, and sort of throws his arms out to make the shield happen.
Yep.
And then a second later, they all do it as well to support him.
Yep.
Which I don't properly understand how this control system works.
Okay. So here's how it works, right?
Yeah.
Magic.
Okay.
That's what I got for you.
Okay. I'll be quiet.
Look, I understand your complaint. I do. It's what you got.
Yeah. I'll take it, I guess.
Yeah. So the part that doesn't make any sense is that they throw the shield and it just floats in midair between them.
That's the sort of dumb that I can get behind, though. I don't know why.
Your dumb threshold is fascinating to me.
It just looks cool.
Okay.
Whereas, like, the Kinect stuff doesn't look cool.
Right, so they
That's all.
throw the shield, they're blocking Fury's attack.
Yeah.
Basically what they do is they force Fury to run out of battery.
Yes.
It's what we're calling Serpentera 2.0.
I was just about to make a joke.
I think the reason that this is alright to me and Serpentera is dumb and annoying and stupid is that this is established as like a problem with this. Yeah. Everybody understands that it's a problem with this. And it's a problem with this that people are actively trying to solve.
Plus, it's not the same footage used 3 times.
Yes, that's definitely something. Also, I imagine that within an episode or 2, we'll have a Gold Ranger with a Gold Energem and a Pterazord that can use all of its power.
Also, Serpentera doesn't have a cape.
Yep. In fact, that may be the really final factor.
Yep.
Oh, Serpentera could have had a cape.
I can just imagine it, and it's awesome.
It'd be a giant cape, because Serpentera is huge.
Oh, yeah. It'd be like a city-sized cape.
Yeah. If you cut off that cape, we'd never need to get fabric ever again.
Well, but what if it's blue? And you're like, oh, I love blue fabric, but I'm kind of sick of it. I need some red fabric.
No, it doesn't matter. There's so much blue fabric we have to use.
I'm over blue now.
Well, it's too bad. You shouldn't have lived in Angel Grove, where the giant Serpentera cape fell.
You've ruined blue fabric for me.
Yeah, that's my job. So, basically, Fury runs away to go charge up his batteries.
Yeah.
Back on the ground, Tyler kind of wonders why Fury's battery is running out so often. And they speculate that maybe the thing inside him is running out of energy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Shelby has kind of some issues with, I guess, monarchy? Or, like,
Yeah.
private wealth?
I think monarchy. It's interesting that her complaints don't seem to be very specific to the monarchy. As you're alluding to, it's really just rich people should do more with their money, but also the monarchy are useless.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I agree with the second part.
Yeah.
Actually, I agree with the first part as well, now that I think about it.
It's interesting that this episode takes such a simple stance on monarchy, but actually flips it by the end of the episode. It's almost like bad monarchist propaganda by the end of it.
Because you mean at the end she learns that actually, like, monarchy is good and...
Yeah, they can help people, and they're people too.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the thing that she learns is that, like, it can be used for good.
Yeah.
She doesn't necessarily learn that it will only ever be used for good.
That's true.
It's not like the lesson she learns is the king is good.
All hail the king.
Yeah. And especially given that, like, I suspect this show is going to have a prince on it. It's maybe...
Is it though?
I believe so.
So, but like, he's not going to be the Gold Ranger, right?
I would be willing to put money on it.
That he will be the Gold Ranger?
Yes.
Okay. So Tyler's dad won't be the Gold Ranger?
I think Tyler's going to be disappointed for another season.
Oh, Tyler. But Tyler's dad is all gold, in the goldness.
Maybe.
Yeah. Alright. Oh, what? Because in that
Think through your
image,
thoughts.
in that image we see a bit later in the episode
Yeah.
of Xander,
Yep.
I just realised how strange this is. There's a photo of him
Mm.
from 1,000 years ago, full colour photo.
I assumed
That
it was
had-
a painting, Matt.
It's definitely a photo.
Well, no, it's definitely a photo that someone's badly photoshopped to look like a painting. But I think it's
Yeah.
meant to be a painting.
But it has a hooded creature that's totally Fury in it. With glowing eyes.
Mm-hmm.
So, Fury attacks the prince. The prince merges with the Energem somehow and gets inside of Fury. So it's not Tyler's dad.
That would be the series of events that I'm willing to put money on, yes.
Okay. So maybe Tyler's dad's just dead.
I mean, I'm imagining that he's missing and will come back later, but I almost kind of really like the idea that Fury just killed his dad.
Yeah.
And has just been fucking with him for 10 episodes about, oh, where's your dad? I remember your dad.
I keep his skull in my cave.
Yeah, exactly.
So why does Tyler think that... Oh, because
His
he knows
dad
that...
went missing and he knows his dad encountered Fury.
Okay. Alright. This is making more sense to me now.
That's good.
I'm so glad we could talk this out on air.
That's good. No, this is exciting. Now
Yeah.
other people will understand what we think is going to happen. So if it doesn't happen, they can laugh at us.
Yeah. I mean, that's sort of the service we provide, isn't it?
Yeah, I believe so. So they're all lifting one of the crates,
Yep.
and all of a sudden it starts to glow, and their energems
glowing
react.
gold.
And,
Yes.
oh look, the stone inside, the stone of Xandar, is the gold energem.
Yeah, they literally had one of the Energems delivered to them.
I mean, that's nice, isn't it?
It is, like, boxed up and everything, packaged up like a present.
It even has its own little glass case.
Yeah. Very fancy.
Yeah. I kind of like the idea that, you know, like, some people found theirs just in a rock or
Yeah.
underground, and someone's was, like, given to them, and some of them have just, like, become artifacts because they're cool, shiny stones. I like that they don't all get them the same way.
Yes, I do too. I can understand why it would become this too, because it's clearly not of Earth.
No, it's got, like,
No.
silver caps on the ends.
Yeah. So I can understand why it would be sort of revered
Yeah.
and sort of found by probably a poor person and then immediately claimed by the royal family.
Yep, that's how it works. So they say, well, look, this is the gold energem. Obviously, they don't know who it's bonded to. which is going to make it an issue. So they could hide it. Or, Tyler suggests, they could tell Fury exactly where it is.
Dun, dun, dun.
Imagine if that was just the plan, and there was no more to the plan. The plan was literally just, hey, like, call Fury, let him know we've got it. End of plan.
Yeah.
End of plan.
I can see that scene lasting 15 seconds longer, with an awkward pause, and them going, no, that's a terrible idea.
No, I've got a plan. There's more to the plan that I'm cutting off because we're going to go to an ad break.
It'll be more dramatic if the audience finds it out as
it happens. If they know in advance, it's guaranteed to fail and we'll have to improv.
Yeah.
So, back in space, Fury's trying to charge the Terra Charger again.
Yeah.
This time, the magical gold glow, whoever or whatever that turns out to be, is blocking the energy transfer?
Question mark?
It has a weird set of powers, abilities, whatever you want to call them, where it can, like, physically interact with him, but also sometimes not share all of the energy, maybe?
Yeah. It's very vague.
Yeah. This next scene is either the best or the dumbest thing we've ever seen on this show.
It raises so many questions.
Oh my god. So, on the bridge, Poisandra is watching a show called Glitz World, which, as far as we can tell, is like an actual Earth gossip TV show.
But it'd also have to be so specific to that town.
Yes.
For this content to make any sense.
At the very least, it's like state level. It's definitely not national.
No.
Because there's a segment about these Xandar treasures specifically being brought to this one museum.
Yeah.
That's not national news.
It's also not gossip.
No, I think the gossip is that the Prince and Princess of Xandar may be showing up.
I have a question about the nature of gossip.
Yep.
If there's someone who is worthwhile profiling on a gossip show...
Yes.
The producers of the show should recognize them on sight, right?
Matt, I can see the thought that you're having, but I'd like to raise an optional point.
Yeah.
Magic. Wait, no, that doesn't work this time.
It doesn't. I've caught you out.
Yeah, no, I understand your complaint, Matt. What you're saying is that 30 seconds from now, when we see that two of the Rangers are going to pretend to be the Prince and Princess, you would think that the producers would be aware of who the Prince and Princess were. Yeah.
It's just so strange that the plan wasn't like, oh, we'll do this and we'll try and get it on the local news. And then hope that, you know, Fury's watching the news.
It would be like if there was a TV gossip report about Kim Kardashian, except no one knew what Kim Kardashian looked like.
Yes.
And so as soon as someone went, she might show up here, everyone was like, I guess that's her because she got out of a limo.
And the whole plan relies on everyone in town not knowing who these people are as well.
Yep.
And also just taking it on faith that these people are who they say they are, and that everyone who turns up to this thing in town doesn't immediately recognize that it's just Tyler with a mustache.
I mean, I think one of the really interesting things that happens is we do see someone they know in the crowd.
Yeah.
And instead of getting a scene where that person ruins it, we actually get the opposite scene, which is they, like, use their disguise for good.
Yes.
It's, like... Because the standard scene is he goes, hey, that's Tyler and Shelby. And everyone goes, that's not the Prince and Princess of Xandar.
I'm outraged.
Or at least I would be outraged if it weren't for the fact that this is revealed that I don't know what they look like. So I'm just going to walk away quietly.
Now I'm just embarrassed.
Yeah. I like the thought that maybe everyone there is going, doesn't that just look like that kid who works here with a fake moustache? But no one wants to be the first one to say it, in case that's just what the Prince of Xandar looks like.
Yeah. They're in their mind, they're thinking, is that racist if I say that?
Yeah, I mean, I know that kid is like, I mean, he's not white. I guess he's like Hispanic or something.
Maybe he's just Xandarian.
Maybe he's from Xandar. I don't know.
Maybe they all just look alike.
Yeah, I don't want to. I can't say that though. And I know it's been a long time since I saw the Prince of Xandar. Maybe that's what he looks like.
Yeah.
There you go. We've explained it. People are dumb.
Yep.
But okay, I've got a further question.
Yes.
In the secret base, they're saying, you know, like, I really hope that Poisandra saw this report. And then Chase says that he heard Poisandra say to Curio that she never misses an episode.
Yeah. When? How? What?
How? Do they just hang out when they're not fighting?
God, I would love that. And Chase would be the one to do that.
If it was like a Mario Kart relationship?
Yeah. He just goes to the pub on the weekends, Poisandra's there, they have a chat, and then later on the Power Rangers find out about this, and they're like, what the fuck, what are you doing? She's a villain. And he's like, oh, yeah. I guess I didn't really think about why that would be weird.
I was just at the pub. She was at the pub. We were at the pub. It's the pub. You can't fight in the pub.
Well, you can, but you get kicked out.
Yeah, and he does not want to get kicked out of the pub.
That'd be embarrassing.
Chase is definitely a dude who's been kicked out of a couple of pubs.
Yeah, definitely.
So, anyway, Shelby is disguised as the Princess of Xandar in a big puffy pink dress.
Yep.
She does not like it.
No.
It's a good look. It looks fine.
Yeah, but she does not like heels.
No, she doesn't. She's also...
Which I appreciate. Like, that's a cool bit of characterization. That,
yeah.
Like, she's a practical person, and she doesn't have time for, you know, puffy hair and heels and stuff.
Yeah, she's also uncomfortable pretending to be a whiny princess. Which, I mean, she doesn't have to pretend to be a whiny princess.
Yeah, she kind of, like, cast that characterization herself.
Maybe that's something they'll know about the Princess of Xandar. I have so many Xandar questions.
Yeah. Maybe the Prince and Princess of Xandar do a podcast. So everyone's, like, very familiar with them, but don't know what they look like.
Right. They're like us.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be fucked up if next week they were like, we're disguised as Matt and Michael from Ranger Danger?
No one would know. Not many people know that I actually look a lot like Shelby.
I was waiting to see which one you were going to go for. Oh, boy. Tyler, on the other hand, fucking rocking his fake moustache.
Oh, he's got swagger when he comes in.
So he's got, like, fancy Prince outfit.
Yeah.
And the dumbest fake moustache.
It's so good.
It's so good. Oh, boy.
And when we say, like, Prince outfit, he looks like Magneto from House of M. It's like, definitely Eastern European royalty.
Yeah, he looks like a Disney prince.
Yeah.
Which he could have been if this was 5 years ago. But now he's a Nickelodeon prince? Is that a thing?
Doesn't have the same ring to it.
Shelby has a bit of an about face where all of a sudden there's a cute boy dressed as a prince, so she's happy to be the princess.
I think it's Tyler specifically.
I do think it's Tyler specifically. This is the most romance I've seen on Power Rangers in the 2 years that we've been watching it.
There was romance suggested before with Shelby and...
Yeah, no, but like this ongoing...
Oh, right, yeah.
Where, you know, they're playing it slow, but actually quite nicely. I like it.
Yeah.
The show can take a little bit.
A kiss between Kimberly and Tommy and then nothing else.
That was a long time ago, and really I don't actually think they've held hands since.
No, I don't think so.
That is so weird. Anyway, everyone gets to dress up.
They probably held hands for like a spin kick.
Yep, that's true.
Like Tommy has thrown Kimberly by the hands into some putties.
Is that not romantic? Because if that's not romantic, a lot of things make sense to me now.
Yeah, you've made a few mistakes along the way, Michael. I hate to say it.
I wish you'd mentioned that earlier. So everyone gets to dress up.
Yeah.
Riley is Secret Service agent.
Yep.
He looks pretty good in a suit too. He pulls off that.
He does. He's a handsome man in that suit.
Chase has got another dumb fake beard, and he's dressed as a photographer.
Maybe my favourite disguise of the episode.
I think the best thing is there's a photographer in the crowd who looks exactly like him.
Yeah.
Like, in the same clothes.
I like the idea that there's one photographer in town, so he's decided that's what photographers look like.
That would be great. Disappointingly, Coda does not get to dress up. He's just in a tree.
That's Coda's idea of a disguise. I'll be a tree.
That's a disguise, right? No? Okay. Kendall is their driver, also in a suit.
Also kind of rocking it.
Yep. It's a group of people who look good in suits. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Sketchy dude is in the crowd. He's not like sketchy like Dodgy. He draws sketches.
Yeah.
His name is Julian. We'll find out at the end of the episode.
That's right. He's the one in the Aqua T-shirt.
Yep. Who may be important later.
In an aquary sort of way.
So everybody's like, they walk down a red carpet.
Yeah.
There's a bit where they reveal that they actually did not have a plan past them showing up.
Yeah. Also, who put on the event? Like, who supplied the red carpet? Whose name is that under?
I assume that it's under the museums. Kendall's the director of the museum.
Oh, that makes sense.
She'd have the ability to put this thing together.
Yeah. Okay. And I guess the stone did come to the museum.
Yeah.
As part of the... Okay. Yeah, that makes a surprising amount of sense for this show.
Yeah. It's funny that the show never says that. It's just kind of assumed that everybody's just going to pull this plan off.
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
Yeah.
They walk down the red carpet. Shelby goes off script a bit, runs up to Julian, grabs a picture from him, and goes, "Oh, look at how great this picture is." And Tyler's like, "Yeah, I'll have one of those too." And so journalists start to mob Julian.
Yep.
Yeah, look, she used her powers for good. She learned a valuable lesson, Matt.
Yeah, and it seemed to work, which is surprising considering that, again, nobody knows who these people are.
Matt, they're the prince and princess of Xandar. How many times do we have to cover this?
Well, look, if I heard it on Gossip World, it must be true.
So yeah, they get to the end of the red carpet and everyone's expecting the Prince of Xandar to make a speech. And they had not prepared to get that far.
They did not think ahead.
No. They say, like, in the show, they were just expecting Fury to show up straight away.
Yeah.
Which I like, because that's what he does. It's just that this time he takes a little longer, long enough for Tyler...
He appreciates dramatic time.
Yeah. He just waits long enough for Tyler to start doing a terrible European accent.
You say terrible.
I love this show.
It's not as bad as his regular person acting.
Jesus, man.
I know that's mean.
It is mean.
But
it's very mean.
Also true.
Oh, that's mean, Matt. Don't be mean.
No, seriously, I want him to put that voice on all the time. Because I feel like I would buy Tyler better as a character if he was in that voice.
I would definitely still watch that show. So Fury burst through a painting. Definitely he was standing behind the painting, waiting for them to get close enough.
Not only that, really, it's a painting of Fury.
Yep.
That Fury burst through.
Yeah, well, you know, I reckon he showed up a little early and was like, "That's a good painting of me. I'm going to break through it. It's going to look
Just the right
so
moment
cool."
in the story.
So he cuts the Energem off Shelby's neck.
Yep.
The kind of precision involved for that cut is insane.
And also, you could probably just cut a head off.
Yeah, I mean, he wouldn't care, would he?
Give the extra inch, take the head off.
At least, you know, maul the neck a bit.
Yeah.
So he grabs the Energem, summons the Terrazord, and it's a fake Energem that runs a program?
I guess. Now, I was on board with this up until the Energem started glowing and doing Energem things.
Yep, I'm with you there.
That was, to me, like, extra work put into this show that made it worse.
Yes. Because
Like,
it
I
should
could-
just be, like, Perspex or something.
Yeah, it should be a prop. If it glows and does Energem stuff, it's still an Energem. You can't make those.
Maybe you can.
But if they could, like that, they would have solved the problem if they could make Energems.
Maybe you can make fake Energems.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, I got nothing with you. I'm with you there. So Fury is forced to eject from the Terrazord, and the Terrazord flies away.
Yep.
Fury on the ground is joined by two weird blue monsters with like pink penises on their chests.
Yeah, what are they called?
Spike balls,
Spike balls.
which is
And
a great
Fury
name for
just-
a monster with a dick on its chest.
Spike balls bring Fury brings up spike balls in conversation.
Yep.
Like they've been there all along, and we should just be used to
No,
spike
we've
balls
never
by
seen
now.
these things before in our lives. There's two identical ones.
Yeah.
And I've got to be honest, I spent like 5 minutes trying to find out what they were in Japan.
Yeah.
I can't even find them on the internet.
Are they just like stronger Vivix?
Maybe?
Or is it supposed to be like a monster?
I got absolutely nothing.
It was just such a non sequitur. It's like, by the way, here's spike balls.
Yeah, I mean, if they'd been in the show the whole time,
Yeah.
that's how that scene would have played out.
Exactly.
It's
yeah.
just...
And even the way that the Rangers start talking about and referencing them by name.
Yep.
It's like, oh, we'll defeat Spike Balls. I wouldn't try to be like, no, hang on, what? Who is Spike Balls? Why is Spike Balls? What is going on?
Oh, you mean those blue dudes? Oh, right. Okay, I'm with you now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was strange.
it's weird. Anyway, so the Rangers show up.
Yep.
I gotta be honest, when they like show up to Ranger in their outfits,
Yes.
I like that stuff.
Yeah, that was a cool, especially when they look a bit different how they normally do.
Yeah.
It was a cool moment. And this was another one of those genuinely funny morphing sequences,
Yeah.
which I really get behind.
Yeah, so Shelby basically says that the main reason that they're going to morph is that her heels are killing her,
Yeah.
which I think has got to be the first morph, certainly that I am aware of, that like acknowledges that they get into comfortable fighting outfits.
Yeah. But I appreciate that too.
Yeah. So they put on Dino Steel as well, not to be confused with Dino Drive.
No.
The fights in this show are just really cool.
They are cool. Yeah.
There's a couple of really nice, like, wire flying past moves we get.
Yep.
And it's just, I like it.
Yeah.
As much as I like, you know, your classic Mighty Morphin dudes in suits doing backflips,
Yep.
the wire work in particular, when it's done kind of not to excess, sells them as, like, people with actual powers.
Yeah, it definitely sort of... The problem we have with Mighty Morphin sometimes is we don't understand what extra benefits being a Power Ranger has, like
Yeah.
morphing has,
Absolutely.
outside of weapons. Whereas on this, you're like, okay, they're flying around, they're clearly stronger, it's a difference.
Yeah.
I guess the comment with the fight scenes would be that they're just explosion heavy.
They certainly are, yeah.
You get a bit lost in what's happening because there's so many explosions, yet nothing seems to explode. Like, none of the Vivix ever die.
No, they just spark, yeah.
There's just a lot of, stuff going on that kind of distracts from the cool stuff that's happening.
You know what I miss? I miss
Yeah.
coloured smoke.
I'm sure we'll get some.
I hope so.
When we finally get our team up.
Yeah, that'll have some coloured smoke, probably. So, Tyler borrows Chase's weapon,
Yeah, this is cool.
and he goes to fight Fury on his own,
Yeah.
and everybody else fights the two Spite Balls.
Yeah.
Tyler versus Fury is like a cool fight. He uses, in particular, the like grabby mouth of his weapon.
Yep.
It's a cool little not quite sword fight.
Yeah, and it's unfortunately Dino Charge weapons are kind of shitty looking.
Yeah, they're not great.
But, like, can you imagine the scene if it was Jason running at, Goldar with his sword and Zack's axe?
You just described a dream, Matt.
Yeah, that's right. So I think that it's further proof that these weapons are kind of shitty.
Yeah.
That this is the perfect situation, but the weapons kind of detract from it because they're really just weird short bits of plastic.
I mean, the thing with their weapons is they're clearly designed to look kind of cool when you put them all in a row and throw them at something.
Yeah.
But it means that on their own, they kind of just look like bits of a thing.
Yeah.
So Tyler combines his two weapons. Fury does like a Fury ground attack.
Yep.
Which I think he's named Fury Thunder.
I love that he has his own name for it and he calls it out.
Of course he does. Why wouldn't you? This is Power Rangers.
Yeah.
So their attacks meet in the middle. Tyler's is stronger.
Yes.
Knocks Fury back. He stands on top of Fury.
Yep.
And basically says, give me the charger or I will kill you.
Yeah, he does.
I mean, this show uses the word destruction, but that's what
Because
he's
they can't
saying.
say kill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Fury basically nearly does it. And then whatever the gold thing is bursts out of his chest.
Thing has terrible timing.
Yeah. So Tyler doesn't destroy Fury
Yeah.
because, as we will learn later, he thinks this thing is his dad.
Yeah.
And boy, is he going to be upset next week.
Well, maybe not. Maybe we're wrong.
I mean, that's possible, I guess.
Do you think it will be next week?
I feel like it's got to be next week or the week after. They can't drag it out that much further.
No. It's getting a little long in the tooth now.
Also, next week, and I say when we say next week, there's actually no new episode next week, but it's the next episode.
Yeah.
It's called Breakout.
Okay.
So, I mean, that seems like a pretty good candidate.
It does. Or it's a jailbreak episode.
Oh, I'd love a jailbreak episode. I love me a good jailbreak.
We're definitely not getting that.
No. Maybe we'll get both.
Maybe. Maybe it'll also be about grammar to make up for this episode not being about grammar.
We'll see. So Fury manages to pull the gold thing back in.
Yeah.
But he's pretty weak. So the spike balls grab him and they escape.
Yep.
That's basically it. We're now just going to wrap-ups.
Do you think we'll see the spike balls ever again?
Yeah, I'd imagine so.
Okay.
Unless they were a monster of the week and, like, they've only used half of their footage.
See, that's kind of what I was thinking. But, yeah, I guess I'll find out.
Yeah, who knows? So, there's no sign of Tyler. Apparently, he is just downstairs, but anyway.
And there's a downstairs now, I guess?
Yeah, there's always been a downstairs. It's where their secret base is.
No, but, like, he seems to be downstairs, like, under.
No, he's at the front because we see them throw their Energems into their Energem holders. So he's just, like, ahead of everything else.
Right, I've got you.
So Julian, because of the attention of the Prince and Princess of Xandar, is going to New York and then London.
He's going to be in so much trouble when they find out about the fraud.
How old are these kids meant to be?
Yeah, it's vague, but I'm guessing like 16.
They can't possibly... his art is pretty nice. It's nice sketches. But he's not going to New York on that.
I don't think you understand how rich people work, Michael.
That's true, I suppose.
It's really just about the cred.
Yeah, I guess. Anyway, he'll be back before the end of the season to become a Power Ranger, so we'll see him. Don't worry about it.
Which I'm glad for. He seems like a cool guy.
Yeah, and I don't know, I like that we're doing this thing now where people can show up before the episode where they become Power Rangers.
Oh, definitely. I really like that. It definitely gives depth to the world building.
Yeah, it means when he shows up, he will... In fact, he's already a Power Ranger, isn't he? The Aqua Energem has already bonded to someone.
That's true.
So, please tell me he knows that they're the Power Rangers and has just been fucking with them.
Yeah, I guess.
Wouldn't that be better?
It would be better.
And now he's like, no, I'm going to go be a superhero in New York and then in London. And like, I don't know, you guys seem to have got this covered.
If we could have a 3-episode miniseries of Aqua Ranger Does New York, that would be great.
Well, the show is going to go to New Zealand at the end of the season. I mean, it's always at New Zealand, but it's going to stop pretending for a couple of episodes.
Oh, cool.
So I wonder if maybe they'll bump into Julian there.
Well, New Zealand is like New York. They're both new.
Yeah, that's true. And York is in England, and maybe Zealand is as well?
Well, I mean, it has to be somewhere.
I think Zealand's definitely in Europe.
Okay.
I'm going to look it up right now. It's in Denmark. There you go.
I did not know that.
It's Danish for Sealand. There you go.
Would it be racist to call the Danish lazy?
Look, I don't think it's their fault that their word for sea is very similar to our word for sea.
Isn't it?
I don't... Well, maybe it... The thing is, statistically, our word for sea is probably similar to their word for sea, not the other way around.
Okay. Fair point.
So, we're the lazy ones.
Yeah. That explains a lot. I do feel lazy.
Sorry, Sweden or Denmark? Did I say Denmark? I've already
You
forgotten.
said Denmark. It was like 2 seconds
Yeah, that's
ago.
how lazy we are. So Shelby learns a valuable lesson about the useful power of the monarchy, maybe?
Ooh, I'll give you that one. All right.
Yeah, that's right.
That's not character development, but okay.
Tyler's pretty bummed, and Kendall can't pick up on context cues.
Yeah.
She has no idea why he's bummed.
Very low emotional intelligence again.
I would have assumed that she was, like, listening to their whole fight all the time.
Yeah, she has that weird Zordon thing where she can seem to see everything that happens, except for a few times when plot requires her to not know what's going on.
Yep. So, basically, Tyler explains that he thought it was probably his dad.
Yeah.
And everybody else says, I think that's, like, not destroying him was probably the right call.
Yeah, Keeper appears and then says, you followed your heart, and following your heart is never a mistake. And then his until sentence leads to something else, but I really wanted him to say, until it's revealed that it's actually a terrible idea and you fucked it up. And
Yeah, I mean...
bang Tyler on the head.
Sometimes following your heart is a mistake.
Yeah.
That's just a truth about life.
Yeah. Also, the way that Kendall
Yep.
comes into this scene and gets on Tyler's case about not murdering Fury so aggressively.
It really is.
It's really intense.
Yep.
She walks in and she's just like, why didn't you kill that dude? Why didn't you crush his fucking heart when you had the chance?
Why did you not take your sword and drive it through his chest?
I wanted to see his head on a pike in my office.
Oh, boy. I mean, it's not quite that aggressive.
It's pretty close.
Alright, so Keeper kind of points out that if there's someone inside Fury, it would not be appropriate for them to kill Fury until that person gets out. So
it really sort of brings the strange morality questions of this show to the fore, though.
Yeah.
Because, like, for whatever reason, I draw a distinction between a monster of the week and Fury.
Yep.
A sentient being who's been alive for 1,000 years.
Mm-hmm.
Who apparently they're just supposed to murder.
Yep.
Without question.
Yep.
It's a little strange, right?
I mean, look, I guess that the Gold Ranger breaks out next week and they murder Fury. Because that's how Keeper set it up.
Yeah.
He said you cannot kill him until that person is free.
At which point, lop off his head.
Yeah. And I mean, I guess this show does always make sure that the villains who die and get blown up are, like, cartoonishly evil.
Yeah.
So, you know, there's not going to be a lot of redemption for Fury, probably.
Yes and no. There could be, though, I guess. Like, I guess the difference with Fury and a Monster of the Week is that a Monster of the Week is always, like, is a slave to the big bad.
Yes.
And is never going to change. But Fury is an independent agent.
Yep.
Like, he has his own free will. So it's not out of the question that he could be reformed, right?
Potentially, no. Wouldn't it be good if he joined the Power Rangers?
We've had this discussion, I think. It would be awesome. And I think, yeah, if you have free will, and there's the potential for a reform, I feel like murder as the first option is not great for your heroes.
But, counterpoint,
Yes.
he's evil and they have to make him blow up.
Okay. Yeah, good point.
Yeah.
You got me there.
I didn't know if you considered that part.
Yeah, you got me there with your lawyer skills.
Yeah, that's right. Power Rangers lawyer. Oh man, it would suck to be a Power Rangers lawyer.
Would it?
Yeah, there's so much property destruction.
I
Be
feel like
getting
they have...
sued all the time.
Well, that's why they're anonymous, right?
Yeah, I guess.
So there's no consequences for their actions.
That makes sense. And so that's
When they
the end of
murder
the
people.
that's the end of the episode.
Yeah, that's why that's the note we end on.
Yeah, there's no consequences if they murder people.
Yeah.
All right, Matt, how did you do this week in Fantasy Zordon?
Yeah, not great.
All right, do you want to run us through where everybody ended up?
Yeah, before we do that, though,
Yeah,
can I make a proposition?
certainly.
The points that are allocated for destroying Vivek,
Yes,
can we just scrap that?
yes, I'm with you there. Vivics don't die the way I was kind of expecting them to die when we made this up.
You know, there's no Z on the chest that makes them explode.
No, they just kind of get hit by sparks and then aren't there later.
Yeah.
Yep.
Forming Megazord,
Yep,
2 points for Coda.
yep,
Entering a power-up mode, 4 points for everybody.
yep, definitely. That's going to be a nice little scorer if everybody starts doing that more often.
Yeah, but it's also for everybody.
Well, that's true.
Alternate Dino Charger, I guess,
Four?
for the Dino Drive Charger.
Well, that would just give everybody those points, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but so does the power-up. I mean, it's up to you. It's just that, like, Kendall handed them a
Yeah,
charger.
I guess
so-
just I guess from my point of view, I was imagining when they use like other people's Dino Chargers
Okay.
rather than different versions of their own.
Right.
So let's call that just the Dino Drive one doesn't count,
Okay,
and
sure.
we'll make other calls on a case by case basis.
Sweet. That's pretty much it. Oh, wait, new Dino Charger, maybe, for the Dino Drive Charger.
For everyone, do you think?
Yeah,
All right, sure.
let's do it that way. Okay,
Let's do
that. Yeah, and then 4 for my non-appearing Rangers.
Okay, so how many points is that each?
So, for Coda,
Yep.
that is 5... No, sorry, not 5. 9 points?
9 points.
Yeah. 7 for Riley,
Yep.
and then 2 each for my other Rangers.
That's purple and graphite.
That's the ones.
All right. So Shelby enters 2 power-up modes,
Yes,
delivers the morphing call,
she does.
learns a valuable lesson,
Yep.
and discovers a new Dino Charger.
On a roll, that shall be.
9. That's 13 points for Shelby.
Yep.
Chase is part of a combination weapon because he
Yes.
loans his to Tyler.
He does.
He's part of a Megazord formation. He also enters 2 power-up modes, and
Yep.
they discover a Dino Charger, which is 2, 4, 6, 8, 11 points.
Oh boy.
I'm torn on whether or not to give the Aqua Ranger points for not appearing in the episode, but I think until he's officially the Aqua Ranger, that has to be how we handle it.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
And the same for the Silver Ranger.
Yep.
who both get 2 points each. So, Matt, how many points in total did you score this week?
Math. Let's see. 4, 6, 9 plus 7 is 16, 20.
Oh, okay. My lead has probably increased a little then, because I scored 28.
Very nice.
So, Matt, at the end of this week, you are on 144 points.
Yep.
Which is not quite the back of the line. There's someone on 143.
Great.
And I'm on 155 points, which is not quite the front of the line. We've got a couple of listeners on 156.
Ooh, being outstripped by the listeners.
Yeah, which is a little embarrassing, because you'd have thought that we'd have had to have been the best at this.
It's quite luck-based, so I'm not too concerned.
All right, Matt, the Dino Charge creature feature.
Yes.
Do we have anyone new to add? Can we add the spite balls?
I don't think so. Like, I'm not even convinced that they're not just, like, fancy physics.
That's fair. All right, let's
If they come back.
Yeah, let's wait and see on the spite balls.
Yeah.
All right, and I guess that's everything.
That's it.
Yeah.
I'll see you guys again in 2 weeks.
Yeah,
when
so
Dino Charge returns.
apparently America has a Labor Day public holiday next weekend.
Right.
Which, it sounds weird to have a public holiday where you labour, but I don't know, it's a weird country.
It's a holiday from labouring month.
Oh, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh. Yeah, alright. So, no new episode, maybe?
Michael, no need to belabour the point. They get it.
But, I don't know, we thought there was no new episode a couple of weeks ago, and they were like, hey, here's the episode. So,
Yeah.
who knows what'll actually happen.
Yeah, we're terrifyingly at the mercy of their schedule.
We really are. So, otherwise, we'll be back on Saturday with a new episode of Mighty Morphin. I don't have my notes in front of me to see what it is, but I'm sure it'll be pretty good. Let me find out what it is real quick. It is... Oh, it's Rangers Back in Time Part 1.
Oh, it's not good. Michael
They
lied.
do not go back in time.
Spoiler warning.
Oh, boy. All right, and I guess we'll see you guys next time.
Yeah. We'll see you soon, guys. Thanks for listening.
Dino Charge!
5,
4,
3,
2...
1.
Rangers in space. Oh, sorry, no.